Gopala Jaya Gopala Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Radhe Shyama Sundar Radhe Shyama Sundar Shri Radhe Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्त श्रेष्ठ प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्री गौर निताय की जय श्री बाल गोपाल जी की जय श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय श्री राधे श्याम सुंदर की जय श्री जगन्नाथ जी सुभद्रा जी बलदेव जी की जय श्री गिरिराज धरण की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय थैंक यू हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. So, Shankar Prabhu, I started recording. So, let us see it records into cloud or not. Because it is not giving the option. Maybe I don't know. If we connect from mobile, by default it goes to cloud, or we are not sure. Let us see. Okay, so actually sorry for this postponement from Monday to Thursday because I was not well last Monday. But yeah, anyone remember what we discussed? Which chapter are we discussing? Who want to tell? Everyone is on mute.
Prabhu, it's the 6th chapter, Prabhu.
6th chapter. Okay. Mataji, can you brief what we discussed last session?
Last session, Prabhu, I think, no, I can't remember, but I think we're just dealing with Dhyan Yoga and how to control the mind and stabilize the mind. And
Okay.
it's how to, in Dhyan Yoga, I think it's the 8 steps of Ashtanga Yoga. And first
No.
for that.
Anyone else? Anyone else? See, Soumya Mataji is posting the brief of every session. No, so after hearing the record, even if you read those bullet points, you can remember what we discussed. Yeah, and the moment she posts, immediately I have to forward the same in our group also. So can someone read those points? And recording class also, Shankar Prabhu, he is posting in the group. Yeah, I request all the devotees to go through it. Yeah, even though you attend personally. Yeah, so to collect or to memorize, please go through the recording session. Otherwise there won't be any use. We need to register whatever knowledge we are discussing within our mind. That is very, very important.
Prabhu, can I read that? I found
yeah,
it.
Mataji, please.
One second. I will read those points. 1 second, Prabhu.
Yeah.
It says, patience and tolerance should be learned from Pandavas. We have to master our life. We should do practical implementation of Bhagavad Gita in our life. If we commit suicide, we become ghosts, so don't commit suicide. Keep living life no matter how tough is our life. Hope, confidence, bravery, courage should be given to kids and elders too. No one can become Krishna conscious simply by mundane scholarship. Realized knowledge is more important than bookish knowledge. Devotional service should not be done with pride. Hare Krishna Prabhu. These are the 9 points Soumya had mentioned here.
Yes, thank you. And another, she sent me a message. Prabhuji, this is the right class in the right time for me. She clearly mentioned that one. Yeah. Mataji, I don't know, some of you knew it, like Soumya Mataji's sister passed away a few months back. And, the baby, she has a little girl. So Soumya is actually, always thinking of this girl, taking care. Yeah. So after hearing the last session, the recorded class, she sent these points and she said, like, Prabhuji, you spoke these words. It seems to be only for me. Yeah. I was thinking about my, sister's daughter, and, my mind is all, disturbed. Yeah. But after hearing the class, I felt like, this is the right time, I got this lecture, to tune my mind, to come out of those, disturbed thoughts, like that she mentioned. So that's why, I am preferring this recording the class is very, very important. The souls who are taking it very serious, trying to implement in their lives. Yeah. Even one person, it will be helpful. Of course, we have multiple people here. You are all taking seriously to implement. Yeah. But when I saw that one, yeah, particularly, we are discussing about these suicides and, tuning our mind, to lead the life. Yeah. Now in India, exams are finished. The moment exams are finished, the news are coming. Yeah. Like, all these students, yeah, who did not write the exam proper, they are committing suicides. Intermediate first year girl committed suicide. 16 years, 17 years. Yeah. So yesterday there was a news. The girl wrote the exam, came home, she committed suicide. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. That is the reason, we should give this knowledge to our kids. Okay. Failures are there in the life. In everyone, failure is there. Okay. But that's not the end of the life. This is very, very important. Okay. So we as a practicing devotees, so we should be in a position to motivate others. This is very, very important. I am repeat. That is the reason. Please go through our discussions very carefully. Try to understand, document it. Yeah, write a proper notes and guide people. Yeah, some people, they may be atheists, but when they are in frustration, when they are in misery, they will come to you only. Means they will come to devotees only. Understand? So understanding Bhagavad Gita and, mentoring the people, guiding the people is very, very important. Don't give deep philosophy. Okay. If a atheist seeks your help, okay, don't give him deep philosophy, or don't tell them to trust God even, but give him the confidence of on his life. Okay. So don't say, see, I already told you, you have to trust God. Since you haven't trusted God, this is happened to you. No, don't say like that. Yeah. It is not the time for us to take the advantage of his situation. It is a time for us, okay, to give him hope. In due course of time, naturally he will understand, the power of devotee, the power of Gita, the power of Krishna, all those things. Understand? So 2 points we need to remember. First, we have to be strong, stubborn, yeah, and strict in our practice. Okay. We should be in a position to guide others, not for show, not as a show business. Okay. So not for, publicity, not for our own, name and fame. Okay. We can do secretly. Understand? We are not, expecting these things. Okay. But it should help others. That is very, very important. That is very, very important. Okay. So even to our kids, yeah, we are studying, even our colleagues, yeah, even our family members, yeah, always remember that Gita is the best medicine. First, we must have that, faith in our scripture. Understand? So 6.9. Shankar Prabhu, could you please read the verse 6.9?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu, yeah, please.
Suhran Mitrarudasina Madhyastadveshya Bandhusu Sadhu Swapicha Topeshu Samabuddhir Vishishyate. Translation. A person is considered still further advanced when he regards honest well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, the neutral mediators, the envious, friends and enemies, the pious and the sinners, all with an equal mind.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Wonderful. Thank you. I just mentioned, isn't it? I just mentioned. Even an atheist come to us. Okay, when he is in misery, we have to help him, but not by taking the advantage of his situation. Okay, devotees means they are compassionate. See, I already told you. I told you to trust Bhagavad Gita. I told you to trust Krishna. Yes, it is all there, but that's not the time to say this type of philosophy. So our high priority is first to give him that, that guidance, that help, that hope. Okay, that affection, we must have. Okay, so that is what exactly here Krishna is saying. A person is considered still further advanced. Yeah, even to our family members. Many times, some misconception or some devotees say, like, we went to India, all our, like relatives, they don't like us because we are practicing Krishna consciousness. Yeah. So they said like that, they said like this. Yeah, it happens. Definitely. It happened to us also. It happens, which is very, very natural. Yeah. But we are not supposed to put them, away from us. Let us give as much as we can, even by our association. Even just by our association. If we try to dominate us with our knowledge, yeah, so naturally they don't like, people don't like someone to dominate, isn't it? We have to use that intelligence. Okay, telling small stories, yeah, speaking to them, mingling with them, always associating with them, yeah. So creating the impression that, see, you and I are same, I am not in a higher position, and you are not something lower. You and I are same. Yeah. Then they will at least try to come closer to us. Then we can give whatever. Yes. If they take it, they will take it. Otherwise, no issues. At least they hear it, isn't it? Yeah. When I went to India last time, 31st December evening, in my cousin's house. Yeah. Everywhere what they do is, maybe I don't know, maybe they play games, something like that. And they play some music and dance with all kids, something like that. Some, like that they do every year. So we went. So my cousin came to me and asked, like, Baba, prepare a schedule for 31st night. I said, no problem, I will prepare. So I, for Damodara month, in Damodara month, when we do house programs, I used to create this quiz, yeah, telling the Damodara story, the Leela of Damodar, okay, creating different teams, yeah, asking questions, like that. In Satish Prabhu's house, one type, like drawing the diagram, and people, they need to find out. In Tikkam Prabhu's house, one type, like that. So some sort of this, play I created, because there are so many kids also. It's a mixed kids, young couple, middle-aged people, and very old age, above 80. It's a mixed. Okay, we have to make it humorous. We have to make it interest. Yeah, nearly, I think 6 or 7 families joined that day. Yeah, it took 2.5 hours. We started at 9:30. till 11:45, this Damodar Leela game. Everyone enjoyed. Everyone enjoyed. Even to be frank, we did Hare Krishna Kirtan only for 5 minutes. We did not do more than that. Because they feel bored. Small kids are there, they feel bored. But this story format of Damodar Leela, yeah, so they enjoyed it. All kids enjoyed it, all, whoever attended it, that 2.5 hour time gone just like that. Understand? And they felt happy. They said, this is some sort of a different experience, this New Year we had. And everyone want to go to a restaurant, because Soumya got a job. Okay, party. Then what we did, me and Sita, we cooked for everyone. Nearly 6-7 varieties. And invited them. Just like how we cook in the temple. So we offered and then we invited, again, some nearly 30 people like that. They took the prasadam, they enjoyed. Okay, some people may comment. Okay, you don't want to spend time for a restaurant, so you are cooking. Okay, let them comment. But some people really enjoyed. It's a family culture. Understand? So we have to think. Sorry. See the water as much as possible. Understand? To associate and give something to them. That is very, very important. Shankar Prabhu, next verse, please. Prabhu, you are on mute.
Probably I move next one.
Yeah, please. Yeah. 6:10.
Yes, Probably. Is it?
Read it. Yeah, we can see now.
Okay. Yogi,
Yeah, please read the verse.
Okay. Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi stitah ekakiyata chittatma nirasir aparigrahah. Translation. A transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind, and self in relationship with the Supreme. He should live alone in a secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desires and feelings of possessiveness. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Krishna is realized in different degrees as Brahman, Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna consciousness means concisely to be always engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. But those who are attached to the impersonal Brahman or the localized super soul are also partially Krishna conscious, because the impersonal Brahman is the spiritual ray of Krishna and the super soul is the all-pervading partial expansion of Krishna. Thus, the impersonalist and the mediator are also indirectly Krishna conscious. A directly Krishna conscious person is the topmost transcendentalist, because such a devotee knows what is meant by Brahman and Paramatma. His knowledge of the absolute truth is perfect, whereas the impersonalist and the meditative yogi are imperfectly Krishna conscious. Nevertheless, all of these are instructed herewith to be constantly engaged in their particular pursuits so that they may come to the highest perfection sooner or later. The first business of a transcendentalist is to keep the mind always on Krishna. One should always think of Krishna and not forget him even for a moment. Concentration of the mind on the Supreme is called samadhi or trance. In order to concentrate the mind, one should always remain in seclusion and avoid disturbances by external objects. he should be very careful to accept favorable and reject unfavorable conditions that affect his realization. And in perfect determination, he should not anchor after unnecessarily material things that entangle him by feelings of possessiveness. All these perfections and precautions are perfectly executed when one is directly in Krishna consciousness. Because direct Krishna consciousness means self-abnegation, wherein there is very little chance for material possessiveness. Srila Rupa Goswami characterizes Krishna consciousness in this way. Anasaktasya vishayan yatartham upayunjanaha nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. Prapanchikatya buddhya ari sambandhi vastunah mumukshubhihi parityago vairagyam palgu katyate. When one is not attached to anything but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. On the other hand, one who rejects everything without knowledge of its relationship to Krishna is not as complete in his renunciation. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1, 2, 255 and 256. A Krishna conscious person well knows that everything belongs to Krishna and thus he is always free from feelings of personal possession. As such, he has no anchoring for anything on his own personal account. He knows how to accept things in favor of Krishna consciousness and how to reject things unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. He is always aloof from material things because he is always transcendental and is always alone, having nothing to do with persons not in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a person in Krishna consciousness is the perfect yogi. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So, a transcendentalist should always engage his mind, body, and self in relationship with the Supreme. He should live alone in a secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desires and feelings of possessiveness. Okay, so right. So basically here, in the purport, first, still Prabhupada explained the three types of realizations. We discussed many times. Yeah, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan realization. Okay, and then Krishna is saying a transcendentalist who is experience Brahman realization and a transcendentalist who experiences Paramatma realization and the transcendentalist who experiences Bhagavan realization. So out of these three categories, yeah, Krishna, Prabhupada here in the purport clearly mentioning Bhagavan realization is the topmost. Yeah, other two realizations are partial. This also we discussed many times. Okay, so Prabhupada is repeating the same. Why? In Bhagavan realization only we can engage ourselves in seva. Okay, just like Mother Yashoda, all gopis, Srimati Radharani, Pandavas, Sudama, Yayati, yeah, so many devotees. Yeah? In Bhagavatam, we can see they are all transcendentalists who serve the who serve the Lord in Bhagavan realization. Understand? In some rasa, okay, in some Vasalya rasa or Madhurya rasa or Sakya rasa or Dasya rasa, okay. So Mother Yashoda did not sit in one place and meditated upon Krishna. No, she is feeling she is the mother of Krishna. Okay, so she served the Lord in that mode. Okay, so that is very, very important. So that's what Prabhupada explained in the first para. It's like repetition. Okay, we discussed many times. And then, if you remember, we discussed the point of what exactly samadhi means. Okay, I mentioned many times, even before also in one of the previous exams also I have given this question. Samadhi doesn't mean a yogi or a sage, dig a big, some, in the ground, hole, something like that. Okay. Jiva Samadhi, people call Jiva Samadhi. Okay. They will sit, and someone will cover the, someone will fill that hole. Okay. So Jiva Samadhi. Okay. While alive, he went into Samadhi. Samadhi means generally people's perception is like this. Definitely not. Prabhupada clearly mentioned what exactly Samadhi means. Samadhi means concentration of mind on the Supreme is called Samadhi. We don't need to do all these things. Okay. And also don't get excited by hearing such news. Okay. It may be there. Okay. It may be there. But on higher platform, in advanced platform, okay, on the platform where a person is trying to serve the Lord by devotion, Samadhi means he keeps his mind all the time in the thoughts of Krishna. That is called real Samadhi. Okay. So how to keep our mind in the thoughts of Krishna? I mentioned again, same point. Okay. Initially, let us say 100% material thoughts, 0% Krishna conscious thoughts. Now slowly inject by associating with the devotees, 1% Krishna thoughts, 99% material thoughts. Inject more, slowly. It is not an overnight job, such that we have to practice to kick out all material thoughts out of our mind. As the percentage of Krishna conscious thoughts are growing, naturally, the percentage of material thoughts will come down, will be reduced. Understand? So as we practice this, more and more and more, the time will come where the mind will fill completely with 100% Krishna conscious thoughts. That is nothing but Samadhi. Okay. We don't need to explicitly or exclusively kick out material thoughts. The moment we start injecting Krishna conscious thoughts in our minds, naturally material thoughts will be kicked out. Understand? So this is a practice. How temple? Okay. So I have a arati today. Okay. Some making ghee weeks or arati bhoga. Oh, I need to cook in the temple. Buying the vegetables. Oh, some Mataji is cooking in the temple. Let me go and help. Okay, that is a Krishna conscious thought. Yeah. Whatever is related to Krishna. Whatever is related to Krishna. Whether you go to temple or Monday to Friday, you stay at home. Okay. But keep the mind thinking about Krishna conscious thoughts. I am working. Yes, I am working. I am doing this job for Krishna. Okay. I am helping my daughter, my wife, my son, my friend. Okay. So that he will think of Krishna. Or at least he will hear of Krishna. All those things. The mind should move around in these things only. Okay. I mentioned this example once. When I came to ISKCON in my initial days, one senior devotee. Yeah. So one day night at 10:30 he called me. If you remember, I gave this example before also. Night at 10:30. I picked the call. So Prabhuji called and said, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how are you? I said, yeah, I am fine, Prabhuji. So how was your work today? Busy? No, Prabhuji, it's all right. It went fine. Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye. He disconnected. I didn't understand why he called. Yeah. Next Sunday in the temple, I asked, Prabhuji, you called me. Do you want to tell something but did not tell? Is there any reason for calling? Then he said, as part of my spiritual practice, okay, particularly Monday to Friday, daily I call one devotee. It's not any related to any service or anything. I just want to hear his voice. That's it. Just want to hear his voice. Okay. That day I was on a long drive. I couldn't do, but night at 10:30, I thought, okay, no, let me try you. So that's the reason. There is no other reason. So he thought, okay, so Monday to Friday daily, dial one devotee and hear from him, his voice. Yeah. So he can choose anyone else, but why devotee? Because to put the thoughts of Krishna. Naturally, when two devotees speak, what happens? Yeah. Have you finished your chanting? Okay. Or, how many runs are left? Or how is Mataji? These things, isn't it? Yeah. And also that voice, the voice of a devotee. When we hear the voice of a devotee, we may not be perfect, but we are trying to be perfect. Yeah. We may not be on the advanced level, but we are sincere and committed to progress. That is enough. So this is how, different devotees, they make plan how to keep Krishna conscious thoughts within their mind. Bear in mind, sorry, Krishna means who? Krishna doesn't mean only Krishna. Krishna means Krishna, Daivi Prakriti. Bhakti means Srimati Radharani, who represents Bhakti, and Krishna's devotees. Together, all these three together is called Bhagavan. Bhagavan means Bhagavan, Bhakti plus Bhagavatas means devotees. All three, these three are inseparable entities. When you are talking to a devotee, it means, yeah, you are talking to Krishna, because this devotee is the inseparable entity of Krishna. Just like water and liquidity, fire and heat, we can't separate. In the same way, in fact, even a non-devotee also part and parcel of Krishna, isn't it? So we don't avoid non-devotees. Yeah, we speak to them also, but by speaking to them, we are trying to give some Krishna consciousness, either directly or indirectly. But by speaking to devotees, we are trying to purify ourselves. We are trying to fill our mind with Krishna. That is the difference. Understand? So what exactly here it is saying? Okay, let me read one more time. My laptop. Yeah. So Krishna here saying, a transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind, and self in relationship with Krishna. Understand? Either by dealing with the devotees, or dealing with non-devotees, or dealing with nature. Yeah, whatever you are dealing. Okay, you are traveling in a flight. Just look out of the window. Naturally, the sky, the sky clouds comes, isn't it? Can anyone say what do you think during that time? Any personal experience? Personal experience, any of you?
What was Hare Krishna Prabhuji? What was the question you did ask? Sorry.
The question: when you are traveling in a flight, you looked out of the window, you can see the sky and clouds. What comes in your mind? It may be different from person to person. Generally, what comes in your mind?
You see beautiful views around us.
Okay, beautiful views. Anyone else?
Beautiful earth.
Okay. Manjula Mataji? What is
Prabhu,
your
as
answer?
you go higher and higher, you feel the insignificance of how insignificant we are compared to the vastness of the earth. And once you go above the clouds, you feel as if maybe even the earth even doesn't exist because you can't really see anything at all. So
Okay. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Okay. Jayasri Mataji, are you there? What do you think?
Probably she is not available today.
Okay. Shankar Prabhu, what do you think?
Just seeing the nature probably. How wonderful.
Seeing the nature. Okay. Madhavi Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm?
Yeah, we enjoying the clouds and everything in nature. Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Swara Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. When I traveled, when I saw, I was scared because I was so high above the ground, and I was thinking, what would happen if something goes wrong? Like, I was fearful. Hopefully I'll land safely or not. What will happen? That kind of thoughts come. Yes, I mean, I did enjoy seeing outside, but I was trying to avoid seeing outside because I was more scared than that.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
So,
Sumudra Mataji, what is your answer?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My mind immediately thinks, wow, I am not in the material world anymore, yet I am with karmic people. So I'm still surrounded by mode of ignorance and people who don't know. And another thing, I open the window because I feel if the scenery outside of the window is so beautiful, how beautiful must the creator be? These are my thoughts.
Okay. Okay. And anyone else I missed because I can't see. Who else are on the session? Who haven't spoken? Could you please unmute and speak what you think? Everyone is there?
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji, Atul hai.
Oh, wonderful, Atul Prabhu. Yeah,
I joined
you got
late,
my
yeah.
question? Yeah, super.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
what
have
is
the
your
same
answer?
answer. I have the same answer what Swara Mataji said. I usually get scared. I mean, when I'm in the height, then only I see skies, right? So I will I will be scared,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. To me, shall I tell you, whenever I see through the window, yeah, when I see the sky and the clouds next to me, immediately Nardamuni comes in my mind. Yeah, from my childhood, we used to watch, in movies also Nardamuni, singing, songs and traveling in sky, in clouds. Yeah, I told many times. Sometimes to Swami, I'll say, Swami, keep watching outside. Nardamuni may, going here and there, and and he may knock your window, like that. The moment I see through the window outside the sky and the clouds, immediately Nardamuni comes in my mind. Because the mind is occupied, Nardamuni goes, from childhood, watching in many movies, like that, Nardamuni, yeah, going, traveling in the, sky in clouds and, singing some song, something like that. That is a picture that is registered in the mind. The first thought comes in my mind is Nardamuni. Yeah. And I used to tell my friends also, if any of my friends say, I got a window seat, then I told him, okay, just be careful, just look outside and think of Nardamuni, he may be going, next to you, yeah, walking and singing, just watch, like that. Like different people, yeah, different people will get different thoughts. I am happy because a pure devotee is coming in my mind. Without my knowledge, this is very, very important. Why? This is registered in the mind. Yeah. See, the movie is watching. Okay, of course, it may be devotional movie. Hero may not be a devotee. Producers may not be a devotee. Yeah, few things. Yeah, but that is registered in the mind, no? Yeah, comparing with some no, some Spider-Man or Superman, flying in the sky. Yeah, comparing that one. Yeah, Narada Muni coming in the mind is far, far better because he's a pure devotee of the Lord. Like Samudra Mataji mentioned, no, we are insignificant. Yeah. So no matter, whether you are a prime minister or chief minister or, ruling the whole world, when you are in the sky, in the flight, yeah, if something happens, you need it. So no matter how great we are, immediately the fear comes in the mind, which tells we are very, very insignificant. Yeah, because the flight is going far, far, away from the earth. Yeah, in my, student days, I read one interview of a very famous actress, a Telugu old days actress. Her name is Bhanumati. So she said, in my life, I never traveled in flight and I want to travel in flight because if something happens to the flight, even there is no trace of my body. I don't want to die like that. Like that she mentioned. Yeah, she's a great actress. She got so many awards and Padma Shri, like that. Understand? But still, she is feeling fear because we are very, very insignificant. Yeah. So like this, different people will get different thoughts. Okay. But for a devotee, our way of thinking is different. Isn't it? Okay. That is how, the mind, see, it comes in these thoughts will comes in the mind automatically, either good or bad. Either good or bad. Automatically comes. Isn't it? So,
Sometimes,
Krishna,
Prabhuji. Oh, sorry.
yeah. Yes, Mataji,
Sometimes when we do bhakti, Prabhuji, yes, sometimes it feel like we are in universe. These all souls, we are just sing the kirtan, remember, and just feel like we are in universe, and these souls sounds all over the universe, and we
Yeah.
enjoy with like Krishna, Brahma, and Shiv Shakti around us. They all they're giving us blessings and love. It's just all mind going of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same like
I will give a very recent example. Very recently, Atul Prabhu posted a message in one that 10 million walk for Krishna, something is there. There he posted a message like, I walk. Prabhu, what was the post you posted that day? I walk some 200,000 steps today, something like that you posted, isn't it? Let me read that one. So Atul Prabhu posted, very the moment so what Prabhuji posted is like he posted in a humorous way. I am waiting for my device shipment, so you all can then trust I am walking around 200,000 daily. Prabhuji posted this message. The moment I saw the message, immediately I thought, oh, 200,000 daily. So he must be reached to the spiritual world by this time. Yeah, so immediately that came in my mind. Yeah, 200,000 is a very big figure. Yeah, if Prabhuji is walking daily 200,000, yeah, maybe he may be reached spiritual. Immediately I posted in a funny way, like so you must be reached spiritual world by this time, because that came in my mind. Understand? So like that, sometimes our mind naturally, thinks these thoughts will come. How? See, when you are learning driving, first you specially focus on steering, yeah, on accelerator, on clutch, when to press clutch, when to press brake, when to press accelerator. We have a special focus. But after you passed the exam, after you drove nearly some 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, 10 years, okay, now when you are driving, is your mind thinks specially, like when to clutch, biting accelerator, when to press clutch or accelerator. These things will happen naturally, isn't it? Yeah. We speak to our friend who sits next to us, yeah, and drive something like that, because of the practice, the mind automatically tells, okay, now there is a car, okay, immediately press the brake, yeah, okay, now to slow down, yeah, to change the gear, press clutch and change the gear, okay, understand? So you don't need to think specially for that particular task, because it is already injected in the mind by practice. In the same way, thoughts of Krishna will be injected in the mind by practice only. Yeah. So force the mind to get this engagement by practice. That is what exactly Prabhupada here saying. So actually Krishna here saying a transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind and self in relation with Supreme. He should live alone in a secluded place and should carefully control his mind. This is generally yogis do it. Okay, but we don't sit in a secluded place. We always wandering different places. We go to temple, we go to market, we buy for Krishna, we go to temple, we do something, okay, we go to Radha Yatra, we go to house program, okay, we don't sit in a secluded place. In previous yoga, yogis do that one. Understand? So in the purport, Prabhupada mentioned the same. Okay, three types of realization, and then Prabhupada mentioned by following, by experiencing the Bhagavan realization, okay, we can get the perfection. That's what Krishna Prabhupada mentioned in the purport. Any questions? Any questions? Whatever we discussed today. Everyone is convinced? Yeah. Okay. So perfect. So I request again, please go through these sessions, these recorded sessions again. And if you have any, see, again, I'm saying documenting is very, very important, very, very important. Okay, please document, please make a note. Date and make a note. Date, chapter, verse, and make a note. And recorded classes will Shankar Prabhu is posting in the group. Please go through it. Yeah? This is very, very important. This is how we need to learn and teach others Gita. Okay, so if you switch on your videos, we can take a devotee darshan first. Would you please open your videos? Thank you, Sandra Mataji. Thank you, Madhavi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Swara Mataji. Who else are there? There are two people down. Manjula Mataji, could you please switch on your video? Atul Prabhu, thank you very much. Atul Prabhu played Narada role in our drama. Very beautiful Narada role. So we really enjoyed it. And who else switch on your videos? Manjula Mataji, is it possible to switch on your video? And there are two more in the down. I don't know who they are. I cannot see them. Okay, Shankar Prabhu.
My laptop doesn't have camera, Prabhu.
Okay, fine. And Ambada Prabhu, please switch on
Hare
your video.
Krishna.
Is it possible?
I'm really sorry. I'm not having that setup where I am now.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So, Sumitra Mataji, could you please give the detailed darshan?
Yeah, sure.
Our deities offering is going on, so
Okay.
if you provide your darshan. Gaurnitai, beautiful. Thank you very much, Mataji. Wonderful. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, please go through it again. We'll have our next session on Monday. Okay, regular is Monday. Okay, so but since now we have only once a week, I don't want to miss that one. In case if we can't do it on Monday, then only we go for other day. So, but we'll find a suitable day, which is suitable for everyone. Yeah, I request please don't miss. Yeah, so we are having only once a week now. So please don't miss the session. This is very, very important. Okay. So we'll conclude here. Okay, let me stop recording. Shankar Prabhu, you see, whether this is. Yeah, I stopped recording. Sumudra Mataji, could you please stay
Prabhuji,
online?
Mataji is showing her dating.